I am sometimes. I had no idea that I was climbing the 4th of July pass until just now. But it's not a big deal one. But I'm all about it. I've lost all the intimidation of climbing. It's actually something I'm gonna miss. There's more to prime. A truckload more. I'd rather have Walmart. That's my store, my mall. Did you see that? Woo! Located in northern Idaho, just east of the city of Coeur and at 3,428 feet of elevation is 4th of July Pass. This Interstate 90 pass roughly follows the historic Moulin Road, which in 1862 became the first wagon road to cross the Rocky Mountains to the inland of the Pacific Northwest. It was named after U.S. Army Captain John Moulin, who is credited for managing the 4-year-long construction of the road starting in the spring of 1859. So far so good. Pretty easy grade. Just a matter of climbing it. As I start my descent into Coeur d'Alene, I pass 2 Idaho State Troopers working the western side of 4th of July Pass. The shoulders in Idaho were particularly dirty with debris such as shredded tires and lots of miscellaneous metal pieces. I eventually pulled into the right lane of traffic for most of the descent to avoid the debris and the chance of getting a flat tire. My worry was that if I got a flat, while going as fast as I wanted to go, I could lose control of the bike and swerve into traffic and have an accident. Once I reached the end of my descent, one of the state troopers pulled me over to have a chat.
So the reason I want to talk to you, I saw I was on that stop there on the hill. I noticed you kind of made that turn, you kind of drifted into the lane and the car almost sideswiped you. So I just want to let you know, you can ride on the side of the shoulder all day long. Just do me a favor and stay out of that lane of traffic, right?
Yeah, I know. I do it because the shoulder is so dirty that it causes me more trouble, because if I get a flat during my descent and at faster speeds, you're more likely to catch anything. Right. Then I could definitely swerve into traffic. Yeah. But I keep an eye behind.
Okay. I can appreciate that. But yeah, I just want you to be safe, right? I don't want to see you get green by a car or a semi or worse.
Thank you, officer.
Yeah, dude, just do me that favor. Just try to stay on the shoulder as much as you can, okay?
All right, I will.
I'll get out of here. Thanks.
That was pretty cool. He just told me to stay on the, well, you heard it. Second time I've been stopped. Officer Toll from the Idaho State Trooper, he saw me. I passed him and waved to him on the downhill. He just told me to try my best and to please stay on the shoulder and not get on the main lane. But like I was explaining to him, the main lane's clean and the shoulder's so dirty that it could cost me a flat and then lose control and go into traffic. So I'd much rather be on the lane, and I'll try to listen to him from now on. But I do keep my eye behind, make sure there's nobody coming that I'm on the way for. If there is, I get on the shoulder and slow down. But if I see that it's clear behind me, the scenery here is amazing. And I have a serious downhill, but the shoulder is so dirty. I'm worried about catching a flat on the way down with all the traffic. It's no good. So I'm going slow and easy. After my chat with the Idaho State Trooper, I continued towards Coeur d'Alene. More climbing was ahead of me, but not for very long. I took a break once I reached the top of the last incline of the day, and a driver pulling an RV trailer stopped to ask me if I wanted a ride. Such is the kindness of people that he wondered about me needing help and was thoughtful enough to stop and offer it. Coeur d'Alene, the largest city in northern Idaho, was named after a Native American tribe, the Chippewanshu, meaning those who are found here, who lived along the rivers and lakes of the area. Coeur d'Alene, a French given name, means heart of an owl. With its population of around 54,000, it is recognized as a satellite city of the city of Spokane, which is only 30 miles to the west over the border into Washington state. So far my day has been without much stress, but once I reached the city limits of Coeur d'Alene, I encountered the most stressful freeway riding of my summer. Interstate 90 becomes a 3-lane highway with super loud non-stop traffic of all sorts. It took a lot of focus and attention to get through the latter part of this day. Woo! Chaotic and stressful. And I have 20 more miles to do of this. 26 miles more. Coeur d'Alene is a very busy city. I'm being super cautious because the traffic is thick and they're not really paying attention. So I gotta pay more attention. Woo! That was stressful. I finally got a nice decent shoulder. Clean too. Wow, this highway is sketchy riding. One of the reasons why I really don't think I want to do this with anyone else other than by myself. It's pretty sketchy. I gotta be so focused all the time. Every entry and every exit to the highway, I pretty much have to make a full stop and make sure that nobody's slipping in or out. Like this one here. Well, this one's a wait station, so it's not that bad, but the other exits and entries, I pretty much, especially getting off the interstate onto the exit ramp, I'm making full stops every time. Busy as can be in here. 3-lane highway, non-stop, but a huge shoulder and really clean. The greatest danger was when encountering the entry and exit ramps of Interstate 90. It took a careful eye, patience, and constant focus to cross the 2 lanes to be able to ride through the underpass. Every time I did this, I made a full stop and waited for as long as I had to before crossing the lanes. Every time I get to this point on an entry, right here, I'll make a full stop. Right about here. Make sure there's nobody coming at all, or somebody up I didn't see. And now I got a big lane again. And I'm staying really far to the right, like right here. again. I'm waiting for a legit visual on the break of the traffic. Like, boom, right there. Not that hard. Just gotta be patient on every in and out. Just ran into a sign on the side of the road on the interstate saying that bicycles must exit. I'm not even gonna think about it. I'm exiting. I'm over that interstate. Holy smokes. Thanks, bro. This chaotic scenario is one I would recommend for everyone to avoid. Riding in freeways is oftentimes something I very much enjoy, but in this case it was a bit much. Once I reached the freeway sign demanding cyclists to leave the freeway, I took my cue and decided to find a quiet place to regroup and prepare for my next day. Regardless of the stressful latter part of my day, I still remember this day with fondness. There is a draw for me to the craziness that is riding a bicycle in such chaos, at least for a measured amount of time. Once I rode into downtown Spokane, I found a much needed hotel which pleasantly surprised me with the most peaceful window view. I'm leaving Spokane. Had an awesome night in a hotel. I needed the rest and charged up all my batteries and stuff. And I got about another 70-mile ride. I've averaged in the last 4 days 71 miles per day, which is what I wanted to do. If I did 20 miles today, I'd reach my 300-mile aspirations of 4 days ago when I was frozen up in the morning in my tent. And there's no campground where I'm 70 miles to getting to unless I can find some place to pitch my tent. But the next day I have some friends in Ellensburg who have offered to have me stay at their place. And after that I'm skipping a jump from Seattle. But first is first, and that's 70 miles today. I'm getting off the I-90. I'm gonna go on these back roads and add 9 miles to my day instead of getting on I-90, but I just can't do any more of that insane traffic that was crazy yesterday, and I wouldn't mind seeing more calm, chill roads. As I leave the city of Spokane behind, I find myself riding onto Fish Lake Trail, a short 9-mile rails to trails that goes westward from Spokane. It serves as a connecting trail to reach the Columbia Plateau Trail, one of the most beautiful trails I will have ridden on this summer. Yesterday was as chaotic a day as I've ever had on my bicycle, and just the opposite so will today be, as I am riding into the most peaceful and isolated days I can remember. The Columbia Plateau Trail was under repair, and with a coarse rock base layer covering most of the 30 miles I will be riding it on this day, the trail was difficult as it was unfinished and the final finer crushed top layer wasn't there yet. Regardless of the difficulties ahead of me, this day proved to be spectacular in every way.